I pay for Thisler, no count hit me when I made the page. From that moment, I just knew that I would make a.
Okay. And so something that I didn't really know, which is interesting too, is so you've been rapping since 2010. Like you've been in the rap game pretty much doing it seriously. And a lot has changed since 2010, like a whole lot. So do you what's your perspective? How do you feel about just all the changes that has happened since you first started rapping versus right now?
I ain't gonna lie, I was hating on it at first. I was all like, man, fuck all this new shit. But like, I gotta remember I was a young cat too, and I was slapping Dipset, and a lot of people didn't like Dipset, especially out here. Like a lot of people love Dipset out here in the Bay. I'm not like, but the niggas that like I grew up with and stuff, some of them didn't like Dipset and whatnot, so they would look at me like, what the fuck, you feel me? But nowadays, I do listen to a lot of Migos shit. Not like all religiously, but I listen to a lot of Migos shit. I love Drake, you feel me? I love all that type of new age shit, you feel me? But at the end of the day, it's like, it's not stopping what I'm doing. I'm actually going on tour with True Justice and all them, like, this November. So it's not stopping me from getting the bag. It's not stopping me from, because I do lyrical stuff. Like, honest to God, the rap, and also I'm a rapper myself, but I'm also a mixing and recording engineer.
Yeah, okay. Can I show them your microphone too, real quick, for the background? So basically, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, do you record pretty much anyone, or is it more of like a private deal?
Well, if you know me personally and whatnot, I fuck with you and stuff like that. I'll give you a deal and whatnot, but not just Pittsburgh. I record a lot of Richmond people. That's a AKG C414. Okay. It's a really, really good microphone. A lot of professionals use that mic too and stuff like that. And then I got the little Chaotic eyeball for soundproof more and whatnot. Then, you know, all the soundproofing on the walls and stuff like that, just to keep cool tightening and stuff like that. Yeah. And, you know, speakers, one of my speakers blown out, so I'm just using the left one, but it's all right because it gets the job done. If not, I just go revert to headphones and stuff like that, Apollo, and whatnot. Yeah, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, okay.
If you know, like, a lot of Alex Cash Harris, I record a lot of his music and whatnot. Been knowing him since, like, 14, 15 years old, and that man, he puts in a lot of work.
Damn, since 14, 15, how did you link up with him?
I used to work at a group home organization, and we had like it was a program called the Tay Labors, where we was working in the gardens and building orchards and trees and stuff like that. And we was working at a particular group home, and one of my supervisors, she was all like, we was on our lunch break, and she was like, Aaron, come here real quick. And I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, yo, this kid with the afro, he's hella dope, you need to come check him out. And I'm like, all right. And then I go inside the house, and he's rapping. He has like his he had a phone, but he wrote this shit on paper, and he's rapping really fast over fucking Rigor Mortis, Kendrick Lamar beat. And I forgot what the fuck this nigga said, but he's rapping really fast. He's like, and like breath control, everything. I'm like, yo, you need to fucking come over to my house, and we need to record you like now and shit. So got his contacts, and it's been history ever since.
Damn, that's how it started, really? That's crazy, damn. Cause yeah, bro, fucking, before I even got into NorCal Next Up, whatever, I used to see Alex Cash Harris on SoundCloud, and that shit got me, cause he was rapping with my boy Marcos, so I went to high school with. And
was a good man.
and so that shit got me hella interested in like the underground rap scene. Like, oh, there's hella people on SoundCloud dropping music that are actually good. So I started listening to Alex's music and shit. And so that's really my first start into getting into the underground rap out here. So that's why I always salute to Alex, the whole Bay Bros. That's why I always try to show love. But that's crazy. So it started over here. Damn.
No, okay. I actually started in Concord because I moved in here like 8 years ago or so, and I've been in here ever since. But I had to get him over to Concord and whatnot, and that was my old house with my old housemates and stuff like that and whatnot. But he just kept coming down to the fucking house like, hey bro, I got like he's fast too. Like he comes prepared. Like that's what I encourage a lot of artists. If you a beginning artist too, if you go to the studio, don't go there and just write your shit. Maybe like write like your finishing bars or something like that, and just finish it up. But like come prepared. Like come with all your writtens. Send me the beats or come with a little flash drive with the beats, and we'll already have the sessions ready. You'll go home with a nice mix, and unless you want it like super mixed and mastered, it'll take a little bit of time, but you'll go home with a great mix and whatnot, so you could go home and you could listen to it, and it won't be no faulty shit and whatnot. But Cash comes prepared all the time. Fast written songs, beats, and he knocks out about like 5 to 7 songs in like an hour.
Damn. And then on what you were saying, like when it comes to like coming prepared to the studio with writtens, how would you feel though if someone, or you might have even dealt with this before, if someone just comes, just punches it in the whole time, but that's what they do, that's how they get it done.
In the beginning, that used to be annoying as hell because I knew what I was doing, but it would just take more like tracks and whatnot. And the computer I had at the time, it would just like, it would do the job, get the job done, but it would just like overlap and overheat and whatnot. And then I had to like turn off the computer and whatnot. So back then it used to be a pain and just be all like, hey bro, you just can't spit your verse like one take or at least like 8 bars and then do another take 8 bars, or at least do 4 bars and or whatever, or 6. But over time I come to like, you know, I went to school for this shit too. So like, over time and my patience and whatnot, it's gotten better. And a lot of people come over to my house nowadays and record and takes. And like one of my boys, St. Hayes, we're working on a lot of shit, and he's a great artist and whatnot. But he knows how to do one taker jakes. You feel me? But at the end of the day, like he knows what the sound he wants, and I prefer it that way too because he does punch-ins or takes. But at the end of the day, we know we'll get the job done, and then at the same time, he's happy with the work, and then I'm happy with the work because we got it the way that he wanted to do instead of just doing it the way that I wanted to do. So I let people be free and let it do, but I'll add a suggestion to make the process go better or faster or whatever the case may be.